Brown's Modern Staircase Cellar in Dallas, Texas. Wine cellar specialists were contacted to create a wine cellar under an open staircase in a very modern condo in the Dallas area. These before photos show how the staircase was at the beginning. The stairs were made of steel beams and bamboo wood steps that were totally open between. The end of the space was also open under the stairs. This shows the gray steel beams and under the bamboo landing. Bamboo floors were throughout the area. We began the project by doing a rack design using alumasteel backer panels and a brushed aluminum Ultra Peg 2-bottle deep racking system. The overhead view shows the panels and the 2 bottles deep on the back wall. This shows how we positioned the alumasteel wall boards and the pegs to fit a total of 222 bottles. The customer wanted a lot of glass, including glass front, glass end wall, and glass ceiling. They wanted everything in brushed aluminum, glass, and the gray color of the current steel beams. In order to make their choices, for a small fee, we provided them with 3D color drawings with 3 separate choices for backboard and wall colors. This is the one they chose with the gray walls, alumasteel backer board, and the brushed aluminum pegs. A second view shows the view from the right. Here you can just barely make out the cooling unit on the left wall. A view from the inside of the cellar, the stairs are showing through much more than they actually do, as we made the decision later on to use frosted glass on the ceiling. This is also showing only 1 deep bottles. The decision was made later to go with 2 bottles deep. Now we'll look at the photos of the finished product. You can see the brushed aluminum clad framing and the glass that has a slight tint to match the glass below the stair rails. A closer view shows the 2 deep bottles where the alumasteel panels are hung on the back wall. Alumasteel metal that looks like a cross between aluminum and stainless steel. The holes were pre-drilled at the factory and we installed the Ultra Peg system on site. The 2-bottle deep pegs we chose are also a brushed aluminum material with black rubber rings to grab the bottles. Note the glass end as well. The door pull is a very modern design with a keyed lock above. A close-up of the brushed aluminum clad framing. We chose a cooling system which fit between the studs on the left wall. We built the wall out slightly to allow 3 inches of foam behind the cooling unit. The compressor sits outdoors in the courtyard directly opposite the cellar. We originally planned to run the lines across the ceiling to the exterior. However, once the wall was opened on the left of the cellar, we were not able to see across. This was going to be impossible because of the way the beams ran. The customer did not want us cutting into or patching his ceiling. Therefore, we had to run our lines down the inside of the adjoining elevator shaft and create a soffit in the lower level to run the lines across and out to the courtyard. The drain line also followed this route, and because of the up and down path, we also installed a condensate pump. A mini pump was placed right outside the cooling unit in the cellar. Here's a view of the end wall and cooling unit, as well as some of the Ultra Peg racks. The large amount of glass made it necessary to use the largest size single wall unit available, a WM6600 unit. This unit comes in a silver metal galvanized material. We usually hide it with a wood cover when using it in a cellar with wood racks. However, because of the modern style of this cellar, we had the unit powder coated in a color to match the paint color that was chosen for the walls. This color also matches closely with the steel beams that make up the staircase. Here's a view of the Ultra Peg 2 deep bottle racks mounted on the alumasteel panels. The Ultra Peg 2 deep bottle racks have rubber O-rings to keep the bottles from slipping on the pegs. You can see here how the client has added many bottles but still has some open racks. Notice the glass frosted ceiling. A close-up of the bottles on the peg rack system. Inside the cellar, there's a narrow walkway to get to the bottles. We moved the lighting to attach to the aluminum framing just below the glass ceiling. A final view of the Brown's modern wine cellar. The brushed aluminum-clad custom framing closely matches the railings on the stairs. The slightly tinted dual-pane glass matches the glass on the stairway. We included a modern door and straight handle with lock. What a beauty! For your modern, traditional, or transitional wine cellar, call Wine Cellar Specialists today.